there, and welcome back to my channel, y'all. In today's speed build, I'm working on my save file once again, and this house is for a single dad and his 2 kids. It is just a little 2-story home. It's 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom. I'm gonna say 1 bathroom. I think it only has 1 bathroom, but I built this house in Evergreen Harbor, and so you see here I built it on this. It's a lot called Rock Ridge Springs, and what I did is I split the lot up, and then I put some shells on the other side so that it kind of, it filled up that side of the lot and made it a little bit more realistic, and it just fit in with the world and everything a little bit better. I always feel like that it's just a little bit kind of out of place, to be honest, with these kinds of lots, because it's like a really wide lot, and like unless you are building a really big house, it doesn't really make sense. And none of the houses that surround this lot, which are just shells, they're not real houses, but none of those houses are actually like, big houses. They're all pretty much the same size. They're all kind of rectangular, 2-story, very, very basic. And I guess they're meant to be like very basic budget homes here in Evergreen Harbor. I've always kind of gotten the idea that Evergreen Harbor was, just an area where it's very, up and coming. Maybe it's being fixed up over time. You could argue that that's also gentrification, but I'm not going to go there. I will say this is a house that's actually a little bit inspired by Shameless. I don't really watch it consistently, but I jump in on it here and there with my boyfriend, and I definitely enjoy it when I do watch it. And I love just the vibes of the houses and everything, and just the spaces that they're in, because it's so run down and grungy and full of life. And so with this house, I wanted to kind of capture that. And the story here for this house, which I have not created the Sims for this just yet, I'm trying to figure out, like what kind of storyline I want to go with for them just yet. But basically I had the idea that this was a single dad that lived here with, his 2 daughters. Maybe he has like joint custody, so he has rooms for them, but they don't live here like every single day of the week. They're only here like maybe like 3 or 4 days out of the week or something like that. Maybe they're here on the weekends. Maybe they live here and then they go to their mom's on the weekends. I don't know. I'm still kind of trying to figure out the logistics, but I really liked that idea, so that maybe you could actively like move the Sims, like the kid Sims, back and forth between the households, so that it kind of reflects that a little bit. I'm hoping with the new expansion pack we receive some new gameplay that can kind of maybe go along with that. I doubt it, but at the same time, it is a family expansion pack, and I think that it would be kind of, I don't know, kind of just boring. Not really boring, because it's obviously going to be fun, but I would just say that I would hope that it would include more kinds of families, and this is still a family regardless of how quote unquote dysfunctional it is. It still works for them, I guess. But basically this home is supposed to be a bit of a fixer-upper also, as this entire world is. And essentially they are going to be, maybe he just moved in recently, maybe he just recently got divorced or something, and so he decided to move into this house and fix it up, renovate it, and it's still kind of a work in progress. He's got it somewhat livable at this point, but it's definitely rough around the edges, but I love that about it. I don't know what it is. It's just, I love homes that have character and they have life. They have, grunginess, realism. They have more than just a kind of bland suburban vibe. I want something that has some flavor to it, if that makes sense. And I'm just working on the exterior currently, and I really liked the what do you call it, just the colors that I used, and right here I do add on to this more later on, but I put down some of these like paw prints. They're like muddy paw prints, and I thought maybe they got a dog recently and he's a bit of a rambunctious little scamp or something. Maybe he's still being trained, or maybe he's just an outdoorsy dog and he's just kind of getting into stuff constantly. And maybe it's not necessarily such a good thing since they live in a pretty like grungy area, but it's still kind of it's cute seeing that. And I do bring it into the inside as well. I don't know, I just thought that was kind of fun. and the backyard is full of things to do. There is a place to hang their laundry, and you can see me there having to redo the terrain paint because it glitched on me, and then all my terrain paint just disappeared, and I don't remember what caused it. I don't know what causes it ever. I think nobody ever really does. But yeah, it's very annoying, but thankfully I didn't do too much yet, because later on I do quite a bit of like terrain painting, and it honestly made it look so good back here. I don't know, I was still just trying to figure out what I wanted back here, and so I just put down some planter boxes, and they don't stay here, but I do keep them, and I don't know, I just wanted it to look like there was a lot to do back here. Maybe he entertains, maybe, you know, since he's a single dad, maybe he has like a little group of friends that he has, you know, over once in a while whenever the kids are gone, just to kind of keep him company. Maybe he doesn't like being alone that much without his kids. But yeah, I just added some landscaping and some, you know, stones. It's, you know, not super fancy at all. Like, it's just very simple, and you know, it's not perfectly done. There's still some grass that needs to be, you know, mowed down, or maybe he's never going to mow it down, because why not just leave it? It's nicer that way. But he did put some, you know, rose bushes in, and, you know, he's got a little picnic table that maybe he upcycled. Maybe he found the wood from like a pallet or something on the street and was like, you know what, I'm just going to reuse this to make something, and he makes a picnic table or something. I don't know. That is very in line with the Evergreen Harbor, like the eco lifestyle like aspect of all of this. And I'm with my save file, I am trying to build homes that are lore friendly. I would say, like, they kind of fit the vibes of the world, and they make sense, but they're still playable, but they have a lot of character. And so, you know, it's taken me quite a while to honestly do these, because you know me, I tend to get a little bit too indecisive. Someone made a really funny comment recently that they were like, you know, are you a Libra, because you're kind of indecisive? And yes, I'm not a Libra sun, I'm a Libra rising, and which is funny, because your rising sign is how people interpret you and how they perceive you, and that's so funny, because I'm 100% a Libra rising. Like, I'm so indecisive. Even though I know what I like, I get really like in my head about it, and so I get really indecisive, and you can imagine how annoying that is whenever it comes to actually making YouTube videos and builds and stuff in The Sims 4. It's annoying. Yeah, I put a rocking chair out back, and I had a little pause here, but, you know, I wanted it to look kind of nice. You know, it's not perfect, but, you know, he had to make like a pretty decent little home for his, you know, 2 daughters to live. I imagine that they're 2 girls. It can be anyone you can imagine. But you know, the house itself is pretty small, pretty humble. I did have the kitchen blocked off, and I kind of wish I would have left it this way now, looking back, because I don't really love how it looks in the end, like on hindsight, because I did this build honestly quite a while ago. It's been like maybe a week, and my ideas have changed. So, you know, maybe I'll fix it, maybe I'll update it. I actually was thinking about possibly like updating some builds here and there as I go, just because I think it's realistic for a project as big as a save file in The Sims 4 to update the things as you go. Maybe you come up with better ideas, maybe you have better ideas. I'm not sure. I do want to update some builds that I have done already. Definitely, you know, keep an eye out, because I do plan on doing a little bit of some updates here and there with the save file. I'm actually going to record something today or tomorrow, possibly, or maybe the next day. I have to work all day tomorrow, but I do plan on giving you all a little showcase of the Moonwood Mill world, because that one's complete. All the Sims are made, all the homes are made. It's not crazy filled. I want this save file to be playable still. Like, I don't want every single house to be filled. I don't want every single house to be, you know, a fully furnished, fully, you know, everything. You know, I might make a few move-in ready starter homes where it's just the basics. Maybe they just have kitchen and bathroom stuff, and that's it. Maybe there's some, you know, things that you need to clear away or something like that. I don't know. I kind of want to just add some, you know, gameplay elements into it and just keep that stuff in mind. But you can tell right here. This is what I was talking about earlier. I was being incredibly indecisive. I had no idea what colors I wanted it to be in here. I wanted it to be nice, but not too nice. I didn't want it to be super, super clean. I wanted it to kind of have some grunge, but I didn't want it to be filthy either. I didn't want that vibe. I just wanted it to look like it was a slightly older home that had been here for a while and just needed some fixing up here and there. But I do love the general layout of everything. I kind of wish I just would have left the kitchen on its own. I don't know. I just feel like it makes it a little bit more realistic because honestly, not a lot of homes are open plan. Not every home at least. And honestly, I put too many chairs here. I was like, what am I doing? Like looking back, I'm just like, there should only be 3 chairs. Let's be honest. There's only 3 people living here and like they barely ever have company over. And if they do, there's a picnic table out back. So, I don't know. I might update this build honestly before giving a tour. I'm thinking of what I'm doing is I will give a tour every time I finish a world. So Moonwood Mill is finished, so I'll do that one. And then I just decided to start working on Evergreen Harbor. I don't know if I'm going to just keep working on it or work on another world here and there and then come back to it. I'm just going to kind of go along with what my creativity tells me to do. And so I just thought I would start with Evergreen Harbor because it is one of my favorite worlds. This is a really good trick. So if you use the tool mod, it's incredible, by the way. You need definitely give it a try if you're a PC user. But basically, if you use the Get to Work blinds, those mini blinds, and you shrink them down once, and then you use these base game curtains over top of them, and then you increase their size with the tool mod, with the scale option, and you type in 1.3, it's the perfect size. It goes right over those mini blinds. It just, I don't know, it looks realistic because in most of the cases, everywhere I've lived, we have curtains and we have mini blinds. We have both. So you put the curtains over your mini blinds and it's just like, extra privacy. I don't really know if that's something that is done everywhere, but it is done here. And I thought, it looks really good in here. And honestly, at this point, I think it looks pretty good. I like this vibe that I was going with. I think I was going with like more light blues in here. And I was trying to just like mix it up too, because I was not really sure what colors I wanted to use. And just everything just seemed to not really fit the vibe that I was wanting. It was a little off, but I do eventually figure it out. And I like this vibe where maybe this wainscoting is the original and maybe it's like not in the best condition, or maybe it's like really, really cheap wainscoting that was put up when this house was renovated last time or something. And so he's trying to like paint the walls and fix it up a little bit. And here is a laundry room. I know I'm making it hard mode here and putting a laundry room. You can, if you do have laundry day, you can still just delete it and it won't be a big deal. Honestly, my favorite thing to do if you don't want to have laundry, but you want like a space for that, honestly, the best thing to do is just put some cabinets there or some kind of storage of some kind, maybe. Or, since there is, I did furnish this to have a dog. Maybe you can put some like dog toys in here or, just little knickknacks here and there just to kind of, add to it. And I did a tiny little toilet downstairs here. There isn't a sink in here, so they're going to have to go to the kitchen to wash their hands, which is, maybe not the best, but it's supposed to be just an under the stairs little toilet, because it's a 2-story home and it would be a pain in the butt to have to walk upstairs just to use the bathroom every single time. That would be frustrating for everyone that lived here. But yeah, I'm really liking the style of this home, and it just feels friendly. It feels inviting, but it doesn't feel like overly done. It's just a little home, and that's what I like to do. That's my kind of vibe that I build in The Sims. So here is the dad's bedroom. I cannot remember for the life of me. I remember struggling a lot with the beds. I really find myself struggling with beds in The Sims 4. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. The base game beds are just kind of ugly. Like the one base game bed that I use is that really cheap double bed. It's fine. It does the job. It's still kind of ugly. I don't really like it. So I rely on the ones from the packs, but there's still not very many good ones from the packs. So I went with this one from, did I not do this one from high school years? No. I changed it to the outdoor retreat one. I really like the outdoor retreat one here. That one looks really, really nice in here, and it fit the vibe that I was going for. But yeah, outdoor retreat, those beds are really good. The ones from not Discovery University. What's the other pack called? High school years? Yeah, that one, pretty good. There's a couple good ones here and there, but I don't know. I just feel like we need more good beds in The Sims 4. If we had more, I guess, control over the what do you call it? what do you call them? The bed frames. If you could like change the colors separately from the bedding and stuff, that would be so great. Just like The Sims 2. Oh, that would totally change it. But I know that we're not going to really get that. I know in The Sims 5, we'll probably get that, considering what we've seen recently. So have any of you all, it's been a couple weeks at this point, probably, or maybe at least a week since you all have actually seen like the new expansion pack reveal. I'm pretty impressed. I really hope that we get some good gameplay with this. I hope it really, I don't know. I just hope that it lives up to our expectations, at least to a degree, because if not, people are going to be so disappointed and they're going to be so angry, or at least they're just going to be real hated, because you know how it is in the Sims community, especially on Twitter. And this is, I just kind of made these bedrooms pretty, you know, stereotypical. This little bedroom is very pink and just very light and very simple. It's not overly cluttered. It just has what they need, and you know, it's nice. I like it. It's very usable, and the same goes for the other bedroom here. I thought that the bedroom here for this daughter would be, she would be just a little bit older. Maybe she's still a kid, maybe she's already a teenager, but I just kind of went with a slightly more mature vibe for her. But you know, you can kind of do whatever you want with these bedrooms. Like if you move in some different Sims, and you can just kind of renovating the bedrooms is definitely the way to go if you're wanting to make a house more personalized for your Sims. I did this kind of wall cabinet here. It seems kind of out of place, I'm not gonna lie, but it kind of looks like just one solid piece of furniture, so kind of makes sense. And it's kind of like a nightstand sort of too, since their bed is, you know, all the way up there. And I kind of went with like a little bit of a darker aesthetic, but I didn't change the wallpaper or the flooring to reflect that, because you know, they obviously, maybe they don't have a lot of control over this house. Maybe they just rent it, or maybe it's just kind of, you know, a work in progress or something. Maybe they haven't gotten to this room just yet, so they're just kind of, you know, doing whatever. I used the desk from the Werewolves pack. Maybe she found this like stuff on the street, because it is Evergreen Harbor. There is a lot of trash around the street, so maybe they just kind of built that themselves, and it doesn't look very good, but they love it. But yeah, it's definitely a vibe. It's a little bit more edgy, a little bit more mature, a little bit darker. She does have a computer. I put the old school, like white chunky computer. I thought that was kind of fun. It just is very reminiscent to, you know, my days in even high school, even, because we had those for the longest time until we got new ones. But we're getting close to the end of the build. Keep an eye out for that tour of Moonwood Mill. I'll definitely be excited to show you all that, just because I want to talk about what I've done. And this house will be available on the Sims 4 gallery. All you have to do is search for my username, Luca Owens. It is LuccaOwens, as well as the hashtag Luca. It is LUCCA. And yeah, this is the build. This is it. This is everything. I hope you all enjoyed it. Do let me know in the comments down below what you think, and also leave me some suggestions for my save file. What kind of community lots do you all want to see? Because I'm kind of thinking of some here and there for Evergreen Harbor already, but yeah, do let me know. And that is everything. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird, and I will speak to you all next time. Goodbye, my friends.